Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast, My Popcorn Life, Binge, Brand, and Business with Story Shen. Today, I want to talk about a Chinese drama that has completely captured my attention lately. It's called Zhu Yu. It is a story full of ancient charm, suspenseful martial art intrigue, family conspiracies, and the entwining of friendship and romance. Every detail in the series makes me think. This isn't just a story, it's a mirror reflecting life, business, and human nature. From identity, trust, branding to decision making, misunderstandings, and conflicts. Every scene in Zhu Yu gives us lessons we can use. In today's episode, I will guide you through a plot, introduce the characters, and share my observations and business insights all through a storytelling lens. So, grab a bowl of popcorn, get comfy, and let's dive in. The world of Zhu Yu is rich and immersive, with characters that are vivid and multidimensional. Each character leaves a mark among power struggles, personal emotions, and the flow of history. The main actress, Flower General Fan Changyu, portrayed by Chinese actress Tian Wei, is at the heart of the story. She grows up in what appears to be a normal family. Her father seems to be just a simple butcher, and her mother is strict in her upbringing. As a child, she is innocent and carefree, singing nursery rhymes and playing. But as the plot unfolds, Changyu discovers a dark secret. Her father carries the weight of a 17-year-old blood scandal. History has labeled him as the great traitor Wei Qilin. This revelation shakes her worldview, reshaping how she sees her family, history, and the world. It also molds her into a resilient, highly perceptive, and truth-seeking individual. The male lead, Xie Zhen, Lou Tou, played by Chinese actor Zhang Linghe, goes by the alias Yan Zhen. Stern and meticulous, he becomes Fan Changyu's most important ally and emotional support in the martial arts world. Their relationship is tense yet complex. They are both opponents and partners. His intelligence and caution help Fan Changyu survive the complex power struggles and intrigues, teaching her how to read people's true intentions. Then there's Yu Qianqian, Fan Changyu's best friend. She introduces Fan Changyu to the commercial world and the power of identity and branding. From tea shops to liquor stores, each insignia tells its own story. This helps Fan Changyu understand that brand recognition builds buyers' trust, forming the foundation for lasting influence. Other characters adds richness to the story. The followers of Lou Tou and the Flower General engage in playful banter, reflecting the dynamic of social groups even outside the martial art world. The Butcher team builds deep trust through conflicts and collaboration, showing the importance of friendship and teamwork. Core figures like the older Master Tao, Lou Tou's uncle Wei Yan, the last surviving heir of the crown prince from the previous dynasty, Qi Min, and Chang Xingwang and the others weave political intrigues, power struggles, misunderstandings, making each choice tense and meaningful. The main character blend loyalty and heroism of the martial art world with modern humor and intelligence. Through their growth, interactions, and decisions, we see the complexities of human nature, trust, loyalty, and identity. Each character carries secrets, missions, and motivations. Their conflicts and collaboration from the core tension of Zhu Yu, making it both entertaining and thought provoking. In episode 12 of Zhu Yu, Yu Qianqian takes Fan Changyu from shop to shop, letting her observe something most people overlook. Each storefront looks different. Each owner has their own style. But what truly separates them isn't the decor, the size, or the location. It's the insignia. Yu Qianqian points them out one by one. A symbol carved above a doorway, a mark stamped on a signboard, a design so recognizable that with just one glance, you immediately know who it belongs to. No explanation needed, no introduction required. Just one symbol, and the identity is clear. And that's when the message lands. A brand's core isn't built through flashy advertising or expensive decoration. It's built through something far more powerful, a symbol that instantly communicates trust, identity, and story. Because a real insignia doesn't just represent a business, it represents reputation. And in that moment, it becomes obvious. This is not only about merchants or shop owners, it's about everyone: personal brand, business brand, and public image. Every logo you choose, every signature style you repeat, every icon you place on your work is quietly telling the world who you are. And if your brand lacks recognition, even the best product, no matter how highly quality they are, can still be misunderstood. Because in the marketplace, people don't buy what they don't recognize. They follow what they can identify at a glance. In episode 16, what begins as a grand levy dispute quickly turns into something far more dangerous. On the surface, it looks like a simple clash. The government enforcing orders, villagers resisting unfair pressure, voices rise, tempers flare. Everyone believes they are fighting for survival. But then the truth starts to slip through the cracks. There are spies, not just on one side, but on both. Information is being traded. Rumors are being planted. People are not just reflecting, they are being guided, manipulated, and provoked. And just when the tension reaches its breaking point, someone escalates the situation even further. Swords appear, chaos spreads, and fear takes over. In that moment, it becomes clear this conflict was never only about grain, because real conflicts rarely are. What we see on the surface is often only the visible layer: the loud argument, the public disagreement, and the emotional outburst. But underneath, there are hidden interests, personal agendas, and forces quietly pulling strings. And honestly, don't you find it familiar? It feels uncomfortably close to our current world. So close to real life that it almost doesn't feel like fiction anymore. It reminds me of certain national incidents that have happened recently, both domestically and internationally, where the public only sees the headline, but the real story is buried underneath layers of power, strategy, and competing interest. Episode 16 delivers a hard truth. Sometimes the people fighting are not the real enemies. Sometimes the chaos is not accidental. And sometimes the problem is not the real reason things exploded. In business and in life, if you only respond to what's happening in front of you, you are always be one step behind. To truly understand any situation, you have to look past appearances because what seems like chaos might actually follow a pattern. And what looks simple might be the most complex game of all. In episode 22, the tension is thick as the lottery is about to decide Fan Changyu's fate. Each lot carries tremendous weight, life or danger, leave or stay. The elder steps forward with calm determination. He draws the leave lot, the one the government agreed to spare him from death, a choice that would ensure his own safety. But then, boldly and without hesitation, he asks Chang Yu aloud, "Can I switch lots with you?" Exchanging it for her stay lot. He takes on the risk himself to protect her. It is an act of courage and foresight, full of selflessness and strength, impossible to miss or understand. Yet the crowd sees only the surface. They misinterpret his action, judging him harshly and questioning his motives. Whispers and suspicion ripple through the onlookers. This moment delivers a critical truth. The intention behind an action matters far more than the action itself. Too often, we rush to guess others' motives, projecting our own assumptions and fears, and more often than not, we get it wrong. Episode 22 reminds us that patience and observation are essential. Look carefully. Trust that people's decisions may have reasons beyond your immediate understanding. Don't be misled by appearances, because sometimes the most courageous and caring acts go unnoticed if we only judge by what we see. Fan Changyu's butcher team doesn't arrive as allies. They are mafia, hired gangsters, and their first mission is brutal. They storm into Fan Changyu's home and smash up her butcher shop, a display meant to intimidate and dominate. But Fan Changyu is no ordinary girl. Though her frame is delicate, she has extraordinary strength, able to slaughter pigs with ease and move with a skillful agility that seems almost unconscious. She doesn't even realize her own power. Witnessing this, the butcher team, the very gangsters sent to terrorize, are stuck silent. Their arrogance falters. Respect takes root where fears was meant to be. Slowly, through crashes and moments of shared risk, they begin to trust and follow her. What starts as chaos becomes the forge of loyalty. This episode delivers a powerful lesson. Conflict isn't always destructive. True trust and respect often emerge from friction, challenges, and unexpected display of strengths. Even the roughest, the most unlikely allies can be transformed when confronted with courage and skill, sometimes from the most surprising source. So, beyond the drama and the storyline, what can we actually learn from this? Let's talk about branding. At its core, a brand is more than a logo or a name. It's an extension of your identity. It communicates who you are, what you stand for, and the story you carry. Think of it like a signature in the minds of your audience. In one thing, from our example, each shop has a unique insignia. Fan Changyu recognizes them instantly, not because she memorized every detail, but because each symbol carries meaning, consistency, and a story behind it. This is exactly how a modern brand should work. Your audience should be able to see your brand and immediately know what it represents. Here's the key insight: recognition is built, not born. It's not enough to have a beautiful design. You need to back it up with story, trust, and consistent values. Each touch point, your logo, your website, your social media, your packaging, and even the way you answer your emails contributes to this recognition. Think about some brands you know instantly: Apple, Nike, Starbucks, Google, and Nvidia. You can spot them in a crowd. Why? Because they combine visual identity with constant storytelling and a promise people understand. And when a brand is recognizable and trusted, people don't just remember it, they recommend it. For personal branding, the lesson is the same. Whether you are an entrepreneur, freelancer, or professional, your insignia might be your style of communication, your signature approach, or the way you represent your work. These small but consistent elements help people associate a value and story with you, making you memorable in a crowded market. Here's a practical exercise. Review your brand's elements. Ask yourself, if someone saw this without context, would they instantly know it's me? Does it communicate my story and values? Every detail matters because recognition comes from repeated signals and consistent storytelling. Next, let's talk about trust and teamwork. Conflict is not a problem, it's an opportunity for growth. In any team, friction is inevitable because individuals have different backgrounds, perspectives, experiences, and working styles. Attempting to avoid disagreements often leads to superficial harmony, hidden inefficiencies, and unspoken frustrations. True trust and strong teamwork develop when conflict is approached constructively. Teams that confront disagreements, communicate openly, and work together to solve problems builds deeper understanding, stronger alignment, and long-term cohesion. Each resolved conflict reinforces trust and encourages collaboration. In modern workplaces and startups, this principle is crucial. High-performing teams leverages disagreements to improve processes, clarity expectations, and spark innovation. Rather than fearing conflict, leaders should create an environment where differing options are valued and resolved respectfully. When led intentionally, conflict accelerates team growth, strengthens relationships, and drives better results than teams that avoid friction altogether. In short, conflict is a catalyst for trust, collaboration, and high performance. I'm breaking this story into 2 episodes. Today, you just heard the first half. That's all for today's episode. If you enjoy uncovering life and business insight through historical stories, remember to subscribe to my Pakong Life, Binge, Brand, and Business podcast. Next time, we are going to pick up part 2 of Zhu Yu and the insights distilled from the series. Until then, keep your Pakong ready and your business radar sharper than ever. This is Story Shen with my Pakong Life, where Binge meets Brand.